Is that working? Is it still working? Well, there's a way to fix it. I think I fixed it. I'm really sorry. Just a mess. Everything I should have been watching that, because that's what I've been trying. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this live, is to try to figure out what's causing that problem. And it stuck again, and I didn't look down there because I get so busy with all this other stuff, I just wasn't watching. I'm sorry. Gee whiz. Let me start at the top. I'm sorry. I was first giving you an update on my health issues, and I don't know if you heard any of this or not. But anyway, I went to the doctor on Friday and got some steroids, some shots, and some painkillers and things. And anyway, it's better. But what you didn't know was that I had, in addition to having my, the allergy attack that I had a bursitis attack in my shoulder blades, which I do get quite often, but they usually only last 10, 15 minutes to an hour at the most. This one lasted 48 hours on top of how bad I was already feeling. It felt like a hot knife being jammed in my shoulder blade. It was a mess. So anyway, all that stuff at the doctor did help that, and by Saturday morning I was feeling better. That's when I went out and worked on the horse trailer. So hopefully did you guys hear a video on the horse trailer? I don't know. I guess you did. I don't know. I don't know what you heard and what you didn't, so I'm a little worried now. But the other thing I wanted to tell you, to be sure to tell you, is that there will be no Dickey's Barbecue Pit tomorrow evening. We will not be there because of first of all, because of the 4th being the holiday, but mainly because the band is gone. They're gone out to bluegrass festivals and things, and I may drive down and jam with them a little bit down there, but I don't usually camp too much. So, yeah, I guess you did get the video on, did you hear the audio on the horse trailer? That's what I was wondering. And if not, I'll play that clip again. So let me know about that. But I'm going to move on. I was telling you that a wonderful viewer, Rhett Bickley, gave me a really, really nice gift certificate to Amazon. And I used that money to buy a Zelcan mag drill. And the Zelcan mag drill is, if you don't know what that is, it's a heavy base drill. It's like a portable drill press, and it magnetizes down to steel. And then you can use the handle on it and crank it down and drill through heavy steel. And so I just want to say thank you to Rhett Bickley. That's how I used my gift certificate, and you will be seeing that, I'm sure, in future videos. I had intended to put a picture in this morning, and that's the one thing I forgot to do, was put that picture in here. Oh, okay, so you couldn't hear it over the static, it says. So let me go ahead and replay the horse trailer clip real quick. I'm sorry about all this, but this is the reason I'm doing these live, is I'm trying to figure out what's that bug, what's causing that microphone to freeze. It freezes at full height. It doesn't drop off. It jumps to the top and stops. And so I don't know what it's doing. But anyway, here's the horse trailer video. Show you a little bit of progress I made on the horse trailer. I've already shown you this area that I fixed, but this right here is a new improvement. Also, you can see there's a plastic handle on there. It's kind of like I forget what you call this stuff now. It's a machining type plastic. I just can't remember the name of it. But anyway, this handle was very short. It was only 3 inches long. And when you tried to grip it and it was just a piece of metal, it just wasn't comfortable in your hand. So I made this bolt, which is an extension bolt that goes through and threads into the end of this piece of steel. And that allowed me to put a larger, longer piece of plastic handle on this. Anyway, it all works really good. It makes it so much easier to turn. It's really almost no effort now to turn it, where it was really difficult before. Plus, of course, I greased it really well, which obviously would help too. But and then I straightened this handle out. It was bent where it was banging this and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, major improvements on the handle. Speaking of handles, I also put the handles back on the tack compartment, so they're back in place. You can see I've taken the floor back out, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you over here. And you can see the black areas. Well, what I did was I took a wire wheel on my angle grinder and ground all those areas that are in black. I ground them back down to bare metal. And then I used the rust converter that I bought off of Amazon and put it on there. I'm really happy with that rust converter, and I'll put that on the products I use page of my website. If you've got metal that's exposed and you want to paint it, this is a very good way to treat it before you paint it. I'm very happy with this stuff. I've used it 3 or 4 times now, and it works really well. Well, hopefully it's working better. And let's see. The other thing that I'm not sure that you heard was that I was telling you I was really glad I put out the video on the buzz on the guitar, because I was expecting more negative comments, honestly, and pretty much everybody appreciated the video and it felt like it could be helpful, and that's the reason I finally put it out. I held off putting that one out for a couple of months, but I'm glad I did. Okay, I think that catches us back up to where we should have been from the beginning. I'm really sorry about the trouble. I need to keep my eye on that microphone down there and watch it, make sure that it's still doing this rather than that. Anyway, we did have a little incident with the Bobcat this weekend, so let me show you that also. Well, my friends, my wife has no fear and knows no boundaries. She was cutting a path through this mess here and didn't know this ditch got this deep, and or that it is a spring-fed ditch that comes out of all this mess is just a big swampy area. So everything's really wet around here, and it was deep, tall weeds, so obviously she couldn't see all that. I get it, but she really just has no boundaries. And my son's got on the way with his 4-wheel drive truck, and we're going to put some logs and things under here. We're going to be able to lift up the front of the Bobcat with this brush hog, and we'll cram a bunch of logs and things under the tracks, and then with this chain hooked down low, and then he'll have another chain hooked low with his 4-wheel drive truck pulling that way. We're hoping we can get it out. Trust me, it's buried. It's worse than it looks here. It's really in some soft, gooey mud. You can see how it's piled up behind it back there. There's no way to go backwards. And this front track is buried all the way pretty much on the front. So if we can jack up this side of it, we might have a chance of pulling it out of here. Well, we did get it out. It took us, I think, 3 more attempts after that video clip there. We put logs under there, and those basically just sunk too, and then we put more logs under there, and then those sunk, and then we put some more under there, and then it finally pulled it out of there. But yeah, it was way worse than it looks like in that picture, but we did get it out. And of course, we were so busy doing all that, there was no way to film, and all I had was my phone, and that just has to go in your pocket when you're in a mess like that. So if I'd have had another tripod camera back there, of course I could have filmed it, but didn't have that. Yeah, and somebody did point out that the plastic was named Delrin, and I was going to tell you that also because I did remember it after I put the clip out. So anyway, it's just not easy being me. That's all I can tell you. Let's see. I was also going to do a little show and tell this morning. I went on a buying spree like ain't no other. I'll first tell you about the buying spree, and then I'll show you the other stuff that I brought home already. But I bought a 2.5 hot water heater, 2.5 gallon hot water heater, just a little tiny one that can go under my slop sink in my metal shop. That'll be nice to have some warm water out there. I bought some better lighting for this area here and also for the other side. So these are tripod LED panels. So hopefully, like when we get the whole band in here and live, plus I've got a green screen coming, which we can, put maybe my logo as a backdrop while we're doing our live shows or something like that. I mean, it'll just be something we can dress it up. I bought I really did go on a buying spree here. I'm not kidding you. I bought a new router, wireless router for the apartment, so it'll have better Wi-Fi service. I mean, it's adequate, but it's not that great. So it's a more up-to-date one, and that'll be into the apartment before long. I just bought some rattle can paint that I'm going to repaint the trailer with, because, I mean, trust me, I know you think, rattle can? That's going to look like crap. It already looks like crap. The guy that painted it just did the worst job of painting I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to knock down a lot of the places, and I'm going to do some body filling and take it back down. And literally, with a rattle can, I can make it look better than he did. I know I can. And I bought I think 12 cans of this stuff that rated pretty good. So I'll do a pretty good job with that. I bought some SD cards for, we need those things all the time. So I bought some SD cards. I just went on a heck of a buying spree. Now that stuff's not even here yet. Here's the stuff that's here. I'll show you that stuff. And you might wonder, well, what in the world is this thing? Well, this is a aluminum MIG gun. It's what you call a spool gun, and it's for welding aluminum, and it's with that MiG 140 that I got from Harbor Freight. This came from Harbor Freight as well, and it should allow me to weld aluminum much easier. I do have a TIG welder also, but I'm not a very good TIG welder yet, and I need more practice on that. And you can weld aluminum really well with TIG, but this should be an easier way to weld aluminum, and so I'm going to give it a shot anyway. And I got it on sale with their 25% off coupon, so it was pretty darn affordable, really. And then I bought 2 different kinds of aluminum wire to go with that. I bought some pigskin gloves. I can only get them in extra large. I really need the double extra large to fit me, but they're better than nothing. And that's all Harbor Freight stuff. Everything else I'm showing here pretty much is Harbor Freight, except this. This is a new sink faucet for my sink in the shop, and it's got the pull-out deal that sprayer. My wife was complaining about that sink in my metal shop, so this is what inspired this. When the wife complains, it's time to throw money at it. I bought a new metal cutting saw blade for my chop saw. This is for cutting steel. These things really work. Now, I don't know this brand. If this particular brand works out, I'll probably put this on the products I use page. I haven't tested it yet, but this was more economical than the name brand blades. So I'm going to try it out and see if it works. And if it works, then I'll be posting that on the products I use page. I can't find places to lay all this stuff. I got more hearing protection from Harbor Freight. There's no point in going to Harbor Freight. I bought everything they have. There's nothing left there. I got these little tape measures from Harbor Freight. They're only $4 or $5, but I'm telling you what, they work great. Compared to the $10, $12, $15 tapes out there, these are just about as good. I mean, they really are. I got a bunch of these, and they kind of walk around here. So anyway, I just buy them. They're only a few dollars. Got me a new ground clamp for that MiG 140 that I got from Harbor Freight. The ground clamp that comes with those kinds of cheap welders is always really cheap, and this is a more skookum welding clamp. This will do the job. Working on that horse trailer, I bought 2 of each of these. These are these heavy-duty ones, the ones that are braided wire, heavy wire, for, scraping the paint off of that horse trailer, where I'm going to repaint it and put body work and do some body filling and stuff like that. The guy told me he would do that body filling, and he didn't do any of it. So I was slightly disappointed with his work, to say the least. I also, at the same time I got that big, this big wheel, I ordered a 7 1/4 from Amazon, but they sent me a 6 1/4 or a 6 or something. So they're resending that, and I returned the other one. But while I was at Harbor Freight, I saw this one, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to buy this. Again, these are metal cutting saws. These are for cutting steel. And if this one turns out to be good, it was way cheaper. I'll put it in the products I use list. But I don't put anything on the products I use list until I know it's good. I bought some, body filler spreaders, just a little cheap pack of those. It's just something you need. And I bought some new tips for my MIG welder to go with the aluminum spool gun. And if you don't know what these tips are, they're just this is what you call your consumables. They get burned up because they're close to where you're welding, and so you need to have a supply of those. And for the horse trailer again, I bought this. I never tried this stuff before in my life. It's a filler primer. I thought for the lighter places I might be able to smooth it out with this. I've never tried using this stuff, so I don't know if it's any good or not. Safety. I got some more safety glasses. So I got the earmuffs and I got the safety glasses. And then I think I bought a whole box full of these little disposable brushes, because I'm always using brushes out there in that greasy mess out there. And so it's nice to have something to clean up stuff with out there. And this whole box is just a few dollars. So at Harbor Freight. So they had their big sale over there, which suckers you in, and then you buy all this other stuff while I was there. So, I mean, I really went on a buying spree. There's just a ton of stuff here that I just said, I'm tired of doing without. I'm going to get this stuff. We had a lot of people scroll up here, and, I don't know if we still got 96 people on here already. I don't know if there's any questions out here. Your mic audio is really low. I'll try turning it up. I don't know. I'll turn it up here too. I don't know if that'll help or not. That's all I see there. Well, guys, there's two reasons why I started doing these vlogs live. Number one, because I can. Well, actually, there's three reasons. Number one, because I can. Number two, I'm trying to work out the bugs here. And number three, believe it or not, this actually saves me time, because I don't have to process this particular video, which takes a lot of time to do. So I'm going to let that be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really sorry about the audio problems at the beginning. I will try to keep a better eye on that darn microphone and figure out. I still haven't figured out what causes it to freeze yet. It's only since I've gone to the new computer in reinstalling all the software. So there's got to be a connection there somewhere that I just haven't found yet. But thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow.